Good morning, Dave Johnston here, Day Trade the Markets. We're looking at a 2-minute chart of the emini Nasdaq. It's the September contract. Today is Friday, August the 25th, and I'm on Pacific time here, so it's 6:45. The market's just been open 15 minutes. That's 9:45 a.m. Eastern time. I've placed a buy stop at 58.53 and a half, thinking that if the market can dip down into yesterday's value, which is identified here from yesterday's high and yesterday's low, if it just dips down a little bit and then gets rejected, that would be a nice test and a rejection of the market's attempt to get back into yesterday's value and would give us a nice long entry. We haven't quite had that yet, but that's the idea on this trade. So we'll just let it sit here for a moment, see if we get filled on that, and I'll pause the recording now, and I'll pick it up as the market dictates. Okay, just resuming the recording, 6:51, so about 6 or 7 minutes after I first started this, we have just been filled here on that buy stop, and I'm going to go ahead and put in a protective sell stop just below the market here, and I think I'll put it around 58.50 for our stop, 58.50 right there, sell stop. So we're risking about 3.5 points on this trade. So hopefully we can get some good movement out of here. And as I was saying earlier, a pop into the value area, just blow it in here and get rejected, really could have a really nice up day here today. So that's certainly the possibility. So it's looking pretty good so far. What I will do though is go ahead and put in a sell limit. We're at 53 and a half. I'll put one at 63 and a half to exit the first half of the position. I just want to get something in there, so in case it does give us a nice quick spike. I want to take at least some profits. It's already moved from 53 and a half to 60, so that's the actually fairly nice move on its own, isn't it? Any rate, just bringing you up to date on that. So we're now in the trade. We have our stop in place on our first objective. Got filled on this trade just about 3 minutes ago, or about 6:50. That's it for now. I will pause the recording and pick it back up as the market dictates. Okay, just restarted the recording. It's getting very close to our objective here, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust the 6:54. So obviously it's still early in the trade, but I am going to adjust the stop. You can see it's moved already almost to 10 points in our favor. I'm going to bring the stop up to break even for these 4 contracts. I'll just put that marker there. We've got the blue marker up here at 63.50, which is our first objective here. Okay, we just hit it. Let's see if we can get filled on that. No, we didn't get filled, not yet at any rate. So here we are back up there again. Hopefully we get filled any second here. There we go. All right. So I want to adjust this stop here now down to 2. So we'll put that at 2. And you can see here too that we do have some nice buying in here. We've had light green bars today, but the one that broke higher when we got entered was a solid green. We have 3 levels of aggression on the buy side, 3 levels of aggression on the sell side. The solid green bar here is the middle one of the aggression bars. Blue is our most aggressive bar, so we don't have one of those today. We'll just move that. Okay, it's continuing to move up nicely, so I should adjust this stop. I think I will bring it up a little bit here. We'll see what color this bar closes, but if it's a solid green, I think I'll have to move this stop up. I think I'll just move it up there at any rate, just below the earlier high of the day. I'll put it at 58.50. That'll lock in 5 points on the second 2. Okay, it's a light green bar, so that's still pretty good. It's at least we're getting some, pretty good aggression in here. So we'll just put our stops in. I will go ahead and put another limit order in here at 73.50, just in case it really moves nicely. get another 10 points out of that. So I'll put a sell limit 73.50 for one of the remaining two contracts. In the meantime, we have locked in the 5 points here. So time 6:56, which is 9:56 Eastern. So I'll put a pause on the recording and I'll pick it up as the market dictates. Okay, just resuming the recording here. It just came up and hit us right there at 73.50. I needed to put a marker in there. If you recall, that was another 10-point profit that we were going for on the third contract. So we've got, we're just down to one contract, as you can see here. So I need to adjust that stop down to just one contract. And I've got it just below this blue bar right here. But it's 69, it's 10 full points away. I think I need to bring this up a little bit here at any rate, putting it at least up in the 62, let's call it 60, yeah, I'll put it at 63.50. That's the same price that we had our first exit at, so I'll just put that marker up there. So I also just marked in here the time that we got into this trade, which was 6:52 my time. You can see it's 7:02 now, so just a little over 10 minutes. So we've got everything in place. Everything's looking good. Stop is relatively tight considering how volatile it is, but that's okay. We'll just leave it the way it is, and everything's looking good. So we've got everything in place, and I'll pause the recording and pick it up when need be. Okay, just restarted the recording. Markets come down just within a tick, I think, of our stop. Okay, there, we just got hit. So 7:05, we were in this trade at 6:52, so 13-minute trade, didn't last very long. That's equivalent to 9:52 Eastern time. I just want to make that clear here. So trade worked out well. Nice break from what we were looking at. This horizontal arrow here is the value area high from yesterday, and we're looking for a dip into it and a rejection. And so we had our buy stop in here. It got filled. Had a really nice run up. I think we're kind of lucky to get filled up here on this 73.50. After all, the market only went to 70. What was it? 74. 70. Yeah. And then backed off and filled us on the final contract here at plus 10. So plus 10 was our first objective for the first two contracts on the 4-contract trade, plus 20 on the third contract, and plus 10 on the fourth contract. So that's 30, that's 50 points on that trade. So, you know, trade worked out really nicely, but I think the thing to take away on this was that looking at a market that opens above value, you really want to monitor what it does. If in fact it does back off and come back into value, is it actually going ahead and re-accepting price there, or is it going to reject the attempt by the sellers if the buyers can come in a pretty strong fashion and actually, you know, move the market higher? And that's obviously what happened today. So this thing could continue to go higher. You can see that we do have a nice high velocity move, which is this dark rectangular triangle in here. So at any rate, any further info, you can reach us at info@daytradethemarkets.com. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.